Hi, how are you guys doing this evening? And welcome back to Anime Declassified's Cosplay Podcast. I'm your host, Jackie, and today we're doing our second episode here with Mr. Patrick. Let us know your cosplay name, sir.
My Instagram handle is PBusch Insta. P, the letter P. Bush, like Bush Beer, Busch, and Insta, like half of Instagram. So, easy enough.
Okay. Is that like all put together by like things that you enjoy?
No, see, P Bush is just an abbreviation of my full name, and I don't know. Insta just kind of worked with what I was doing, so that's just how it became that.
That's fair enough. All right. Well, welcome to our podcast. We're happy to have you here. Thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, happy
Uh,
to be here.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I guess, growing up, I loved watching movies like, Star Wars, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, just, action movies and all that. And I watch, the Star Wars movies and I just look at the costume work and that in those movies. And, I look at the Stormtrooper outfits and all the Darth Vader costumes. I just look at it and think, that looks so cool. Why can't I have something like that in real life? I don't want something like from Party City. I want like real deal, like handmade, like for the movies. But of course that was say 20 years ago, and here we are now. We have the advent of 3D printers. So in the event that I have kids of my own and they want to be, say, Boba Fett or Darth Vader, I can make it happen. Just you know, it would take several days of printing, but in the end, it's always worth it.
To be fair, by the time your kids come around to be old enough to probably want that, it may be a little bit quicker. Maybe just like a day of printing. Maybe it'll get quicker. I hope technology will get us there.
I'm not holding my breath.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Good deal. Good deal. Well, so where else can we find you online? I know you were telling us your Instagram handle just a moment ago, but do you have any other social media sites we can link to as well?
For right now, it's just Instagram because I'm mostly active there. I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel, but that's that's not for a while. So for whoever follows me after this interview, be on the lookout. I may just put up a YouTube channel here pretty soon, but only time will tell.
No, that's super exciting. What kind of content would you want to post on it?
Well, you know, probably filmmaking content because my main hobby is film and film study. Because that's what I really wanted to do before I even thought about cosplaying. But of course, cosplaying kind of plays into filmmaking because you're learning how to make costumes like say Deathstroke right there, and just I think in this field it kind of works. So if you because I have friends who get together. We just did one like a DC like nightmare. Like I they had me be Rick Flag, and had my buddy Francisco do Superman, and it's just great. Of course, you gotta get clearances from locations and all that.
Hmm.
It's that's a whole different ballpark. I'm not gonna bore you too much with the details on that.
No, no, you're good. You're good. Filmmaking and like cosplaying, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
You're in front of the camera, you're behind the camera. You can do kind of like a little bit of all of it. So it makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that for you. All right. Well, then let's move on to your cosplays. So, when did you really start cosplaying?
Well, all those years of Halloween, I guess that could kind of count as kind of say that's kind of laying the groundwork.
Hmm.
Uh, I kind of think the first time I cosplayed was for a anime festival in San Francisco's Japantown. I cosplayed Motoki from Sailor Moon because I figured, hey, natural blonde, and
Mhm.
just bought a red apron off of Amazon and walked around there. But problem was, people kept asking me, "Hey, do you work here?" And I'm like, "No." Like I didn't know. Like it's like, do you you watch, you're at an anime festival, you're all into anime, and you don't know what Sailor Moon is? Come on, you uncultured swine.
Well, you there with
But no, that's a character I'd love to bring back. One of my buddies I just met at a convention, he suggested you should carry around a Luna plush, which I don't know, not a terrible idea, but you know, and so yeah, that was one of my first cosplay outings.
nice.
I I really got into it
Mhm.
around when Infinity War came out, because for the longest time I've always wanted to do Captain America. And when
Mhm.
Infinity War came out, I had a lot of this, and of course, he had his beard. I'm like going, oh my
Mhm.
god, now I have to do this. So just bought a costume set from one of those cosplay sites. 3D printed the shield and molded them in fiberglass and had it ready, and yeah, it was a hit. It was a bit uncomfortable though. I went a size down from what I usually wear.
Mm.
Do not recommend. So if anybody's watching this and you're looking at buying a costume, go up a size from what you usually wear, because it's gonna last you a while and a little bit more comfort. So yeah, after that I was like, oh my god, and now I want to do the classic, clean uniform, shield, and everything, and yeah, and then of course invested in that, and just been doing it since. And by the time Endgame came out, that was like just. And when he picked up that hammer, I was like going, now I need to make the freaking. So, came home that night, plugged in my 3D printer, and started printing the hammer, and it just kind of snowballed from there. And of course, COVID hit, so that you know really put a damper in the cosplay world, because we couldn't go to conventions, and I was ready to go back to Dragon Con that year.
Mhm.
So I figured, save some money for the other costumes. So just bought Infinity War. I bought the stealth suit, and got some other costumes ready within that time, and you know and by next year I had enough costumes ready to go out and play around. Of course, oh god, I think. Yeah, sorry, I'm drawing a blank here.
No, you're good.
Uh, so about a year after COVID hit, it was
Mhm.
kind of dying down. Everybody was getting their vaccines. One of my buddies who was living at Sacramento at the time, he said he put together like a whole little, like, I don't know what you call it, but just like a little gathering inside of a warehouse in Sacramento.
Mhm.
I just hit him up and say, hey, do you need another Captain America? And that was it. Drove hour and 15 from where I live to play around in a abandoned warehouse, dressed up as Captain America, and that was a fun afternoon. I look back at that fondly.
Oh yeah. By that point, you're like, I don't care how far I have to drive. I just want to be with the nerds. Like, can you please?
well, I didn't have my driver's license at the time, so you kind
You
of
didn't
feel
hear
that
that.
sense of like you said, that sense of embarrassment where you walk up to your parents. It's like, can can you drive me to Sacramento? I want to meet up with my friends up and do like a
I miss my
costume flash mob. What's up?
friends.
Well,
No, I was just saying you're like, oh, I miss my friends. I get it. I get it.
well, of course, but of course, a couple months after that, I finally got my driver's license. So, basically relieved them of any driving duties. And,
That's good. They were probably really. Whew.
well,
Uh,
Well, they don't have to pay
just
for
as
my
much as
gas,
you were,
but
of course.
what's that?
I said just as much as relieved as you were, of course.
Yeah.
Um, so okay, this is kind of an off-topic question. I was thinking about it while you were talking a little bit because
No,
I
you
don't know.
can't have my social security number.
No, I was gonna ask that. No, it's just like it was something I was randomly thinking about. So, did you notice, like, okay, before COVID, people cosplayed really well, obviously. But
Right.
then after COVID, I don't know if it was just the fact that like people had so much time to get these costumes ready or what, but I felt like there was like a difference in the way cosplayers kind of cosplayed after COVID versus like pre-COVID. I don't know like what your take is on that, but I feel like people like came back with their A game to an extent, if that makes sense.
Honestly, I didn't notice that much of a
Really?
difference because, well, well, the Dragon Con after COVID broke out, like
Hmm.
they were requiring everybody to wear masks. Of course, some
Hmm.
people may not have liked that. I didn't really like it as much as the next guy, but I just took that negative, turned it into a positive, and got a mask that worked with whatever I was wearing. So it was a cloth face mask, and it had the shield emblem on it. And I was,
Nice.
of course, wearing the stealth Captain America. So I figured, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, no, I saw a lot of really great costumes with
Yeah,
masks that people like made with them. Everybody like kind of coped with it really well. So I was happy to see that too for sure. I don't
yeah,
know. It's just an observation. I know not everybody like shares the same opinion, so I was just curious.
yeah.
But anyways, so are you mostly like kind of like a DC comic sort of fan? I know that you said you've seen Sailor Moon, so I don't want to assume you're like very much into anime only, but I know you do a lot of DC and comics. So,
Yeah, I do find myself doing a lot of Marvel and DC. I
mhm.
do kind of want to branch into some anime,
Okay.
um, but I don't know. DC and Marvel just kind of drew to me the most
Hmm.
because for the longest time I didn't always do DC. Like uh, like one character that I've always wanted to do, like even before doing Captain America, was Rick Flag from the first Suicide Squad movie.
Hmm.
Because when I saw it, I'm looking at Joel Kinnaman like going, "Oh my god, he looks just like me," and like facial hair and everything.
Hmm.
Without minus this weight, of course. This is years of stress eating, but
Stop.
yeah, that just kind of sat on a back burner. And one of my good buddies, like this is when I got started cosplaying. He suggested, we do a con one day. We can do like a Suicide Squad. He can be Deathstroke. I could be Rick Flag. His buddy can be Deadshot. And of course, he gave me his one of his green jackets, and yeah, just happy that I got to get that costume complete. And then the other Suicide Squad movie came out. That was just totally impromptu. I'm at Hot Topic looking at the Funko Pops, and there I see the Rick Flag Funko Pop. I look at it and think, wow, this is an easy costume to do. Yellow shirt, camo pants,
Hmm.
and had it ready by Dragon Con, and wasn't as popular though, which kind of made me sad. But it was much easier to move around in.
I feel that. I feel like I can relate with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, at this point in time, I'd take a comfy cosplay over something intricate any day.
yeah. Uh,
um, as far
was
as
that?
like contests go and stuff, because I know you were talking about like 3D printing props and everything and making them like look amazing. Does that mean you've entered like any cosplay contest at like maybe Dragon Con? No?
No, I don't know. I don't know if it's a pressure thing or just I don't consider myself competitive in this field of just do it because I enjoy it. Because if I rush something, it's gonna look like shit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not gonna look as good. Where say if I take my time, it's gonna look it's gonna look amazing. And I don't know. May I'm not saying I would never do. contests, but I probably would. But
Hmm.
the weird thing is about these contests is that some of them are like, something you had to have made from the ground up, nothing bought, nothing. It's I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you about that one, but I like taking my time with props and all that, like these Wakanda shields up here, all
Yeah, I
3D,
saw
all
those.
3D printed,
Wow,
and
nice, nice, nice.
you know
No,
could have done a mold, but it was a little too intricate, so I had to print it twice.
oh wow, yeah.
Mhm.
Did you print the shield? Is that the shield you printed as well, like in the back?
The the red, white, and blue one.
Hmm.
No, that was bought from a guy on Etsy. It was
Oh,
a
nice.
it was a kit, so it was primed and ready for me to paint. I would
Oh,
have built it from scratch, but I looked at the expenses of it,
hmm,
and it was just going to be cheaper to buy it.
that's
And
cool.
yeah, and modified it to have a magnet on the back. So if I'm at a convention, I just hook it on my back. It's like it's not even there.
Nice. No, no, that's awesome. Honestly. Um, so like I know that like you love Dragon Con
Hmm.
and you're excited about Dragon Con. I am
Yes.
too.
All right. I'll see you
But
there.
but yeah, no, most definitely. Definitely. We'll meet up for a drink. It'll be great. Uh I want to know like since you're on the West Coast, like what kind of cons do you go to over there though?
Um. Well, it used to just be like primarily SAC anime,
Okay.
which is big in my part of the state.
Mhm.
Um, but SAC Anime, San Francisco just started doing their fan expo. Uh, I try to go to little cons. Like there's one in Concord, which they
Mhm.
just hold at a hotel, which is pretty nice. That takes place around February. Uh, just whatever piques my interest, and whoever they have, signing autographs, then I'd say it's worth the drive.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
Yeah.
Um I was going to say, so like how many years have you been cosplaying for then?
I would say, well, if we're counting my Motoki years, probably 7 or 8. But
Mhm.
if but my Marvel and DC, probably about 5 years.
We're going to count the Matoki years.
All right, so 7, 8, we'll take it.
Yeah, for sure. That definitely counts. So then let me think. All right. What's your favorite cosplay memory?
Oh boy. Well, here we're gonna get in some heavy stuff,
Uh-oh.
but it's a positive heavy. It was at San Francisco Comic Con in 2018. I
Hmm.
just suited up in my Infinity War Captain America. I'm walking down the hall. There's these two guys. One dressed as Winter Soldier. The other guy dressed as Star Lord. They saw me and they wanted a picture together,
Hmm.
and got their pictures, and we hung out, and we ran into each other a couple times, and and figured that was going to be the last time I was going to see them. A few months later, I got Instagram. He found my account, and we just we've we DM'd each other for the longest time. Uh, he unfortunately committed suicide last year.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
I'm
his
so
daughter was
sorry.
sick. His daughter was sick with cancer.
Hmm.
He made it public a couple days later. I was going to reach out to him. Next day, I see that he took his life, and that just huge blow to all of us.
I'm
And
so sorry about that.
so
Oh,
it's all
no.
right. But
That's terrible.
yeah, uh,
My condolences for
but
sure.
oh yeah. yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, it was a really good friend, and I miss him dearly. And
Of course, of course.
but let's get on to some positive ones too, because
Yeah.
I don't want to just well.
No. Yeah. What else?
Uh,
What other positive memories do you
oh
have?
God. Oh, just
Come on now, they can't all be bad.
I'm not. I'm not. No, no. I'm trying to think of some good ones. Like,
Sorry, I'm just joking.
well, I just hope people don't take that the wrong way.
No, you're good.
All right. I don't know. It's fine. I was. It was my first Dragon Con in 2019. Met somebody who I'd been, swapping messages with over the years, and we 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 just happened to cross paths and called her name out, and she was excited to see me, and I was excited to see her, and yeah, it was fun, and saw her again a couple years after. Well, it was COVID, and and saw each other again, which again by total chance. We, and yeah, it was just fun.
Of
You
course.
say, you follow somebody over the internet, and then you're just like, you meet these people, and then you meet them in real life. It's like you just get this sense of, oh my god, we finally meet, and it's like it's and I look back at when I decided I was going to go to Dragon Con that year.
Hmm.
I'm happy I did, because it's like it's a little like going to San Diego for the first time, and I've never been to San Diego Comic Con.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's hard to get in, I've heard.
Yeah, it is. Like,
Yeah.
second those tickets go on sale, they're like
Yeah, it's a little
Thanos.
bit
They
of
just
that.
disappear.
Yeah.
I guess apparently you don't even have to have a pass to go in. You can check
Okay.
out all the stuff, because they have all the stuff set outside, like the inflatables for, like, say, I don't know, Adult Swim or anything like that. Like, that's
Hmm.
all set up outside. That's, like, I guess, free of admission. But
Hmm.
if you want to see all the stuff inside, then yeah, you are gonna have to buy a ticket.
And that's what the people want to see.
Yeah, well, I'll just stick to the Facebook announcements.
No, for sure. It's cheaper. It's much cheaper, and the lines aren't as long, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of like, oh god, it's kind of like going to the movie theater. Like,
Hmm.
you're with a group of people, you see it happen as it happens, and everybody's just cheering for what they just saw.
That's a good
Where
point.
you find out about it on Facebook, you don't really get that.
That's completely a fair point. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just kind of like, which would you rather? I mean, I feel like one year going to San Diego Comic Con is definitely worth it just for the experience
Yeah,
itself. I will say that. So,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm trying to think. Okay. Do you have any other like hobbies besides cosplay by chance that you'd like to share with us?
Well, I like to study film and all that other stuff. Like
Hmm.
say, like, I like researching like the making of Star Wars, like the original trilogy, like how they did all that.
Mm,
Like I have a lot of the film equipment, so like a foldable green screen, blue screen. So if I want to replicate like a certain effect in Star Wars, like I could just set up the green screen and find some Star Wars models and try to redo that in, say, After Effects or Premiere. And because with today's technology, as far as filmmaking, do you really need to go to film school?
no, absolutely not.
Well, I mean, it has its advantages, I'll give you that, but at the same time, it should just be as easy as picking up a camera and going out with your friends to, say, Fort Point, and film a DC parody movie.
I mean, to be fair, I went to school for film as well. That's originally what I went to school for in college.
Yeah.
as somebody who had been like already like editing videos for years, making videos and stuff, just on my own,
Yeah.
it was a scam. It was such a scam. I didn't learn
It feels that way,
Ah,
but I find it's weird that like whatever like I look at stuff on YouTube and like I watch Film Riot or Indie Mogul stuff like that. I just think
mhm.
to myself, they probably would never teach me this at the community college.
Nope.
This is insane. Just and with YouTube, it's like you could just upload that, see if it goes viral, and pray to God that Marvel calls up and say, "Hey, want to come work for us in the effects department?"
Yeah, I mean, you have just as well of a chance doing something on YouTube as you would in real life at that point nowadays.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a weird world and time that we're living in, but
yeah,
gotta
uh,
adjust to it.
yeah. And one thing I've always wanted to do as far as filmmaking, like so, I feel like this is just as important. Like,
Mhm.
I'm a Sonic fan, like Sonic the Hedgehog,
Yeah, yeah.
and for the longest time, I wanted to do a live action remake of Sonic Adventure 2,
Okay.
which not like the Jim Carrey one where it's like all like it's. I know if it sounds a little weird, but think of it like Smallville,
Mhm.
where all the like all the characters are dressed like to representing the characters they're portraying. So you look at
Mhm.
Tom Welling, he's wearing like the blue shirt and the red coat or whatever. So something like that. But
Okay.
it's just I'm a little too ambitious. So it's kind of like, you draw the stick figure and
Mhm.
then you're like, "Oh, well let's give him this and then let's give him this and that's just and next thing you know, you got the freaking Mona Lisa."
No,
It's
no, I love that. I love that. Like I don't think ambition's a bad thing at all. So
right. I mean,
yeah,
look at the stuff I've created over the years. It's
yeah,
of course, it costs a bit, like an
yes,
arm and a leg, but
yeah.
in the end, it's always worth it.
No, for sure, for sure. Always do what you love, no matter if it costs money, because at the end of the day, it's gonna make you happy. So
Yeah,
I get it. All right. Well, on that note, will we see you at any other cons? I mean, I know we're going to Dragon, but any other upcoming cons soon enough?
uh, I don't know. Dragon
Mhm.
Con's like the big one of the year for
Yeah.
me. Uh, Other than that, maybe. Well, you're probably not going to be there. San Francisco Fan Expo.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, I might not be there, but what if
right.
somebody viewing this is, you know?
Well, maybe, but you never know.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they'll
Uh,
want to come see you too.
was that?
I said maybe they'll want to come see you too.
Let's. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries. I'm so happy you came on. I also just want to go ahead and can you get you to throw out your social media handle one more time for everybody?
It is PBusch Insta, and remember, Bush like Bush beer, BUSCH, and
Oh,
mhm. and uh, and anybody who's watching this, hope to see you at a con, maybe Dragon Con. You, I know I'm going to be seeing at Dragon Con.
come to Dragon Con, everybody. Yes.
So, I mm, it's I'm still struggling with my lineups because I know for sure I want to bring Captain America.
Mhm.
Batman, I think I'm gonna do last because I'm gonna have to shave all this off.
Mhm.
Uh, but uh, either I'm either gonna be Captain America. Well, no, I know I'm gonna do all these characters. So one day I'm gonna be Captain America. One day I'm gonna be Star Lord.
Mhm.
One day I'm gonna be Rick Flag. The other day I'm gonna be Deathstroke, and I'm gonna be Batman. Of
Okay.
course, I gotta figure out what days I'm gonna wear these because
Mhm.
I was I'm in a group chat with some of my buddies who are all rooming at a Airbnb with for
Nice.
Dragon Con.
Mhm.
Uh, they're all talking about doing Bunny Hutch. Like they're doing
We'll be
like
there.
they're doing male bunnies like Chippendale, DC. I'm just telling them, I'll just do drunk Star-Lord from Guardians 3. Just wear the red shirt and sweatpants, and I won't be drunk. Just forewarning right now. You know, don't want to be kicked out by Atlanta PD.
I mean, you could always do so for the bunny hutch, particularly, you could be like a Hugh Hefner as well.
Yeah, I've seen people do that.
So yeah,
I don't know.
I literally,
What's up?
I'm just gonna base my Dragon Con lineup on how hungover I feel after each day. I think that's a better way to go about it because Dragon Con's like a big party con. So I'm like, yeah, the first day I'll cosplay, something I actually like. Then I'll do like a bunny suit, and the next day I'll be hungover, so I'll probably do something like casual. And then the next day I'll be hungover, and I'll probably do something even more casual, and then I'll give up.
Yeah, well, this is
I'll just be drunk.
Yeah.
Sign that says I was drunk last night. I'm sorry.
Well, this is my first year doing the whole weekend. It used to be either just do Saturday or Sunday. Well, 2021 had to do Sunday because Saturday tickets weren't available. And
oh, really?
Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend.
Oh God, yeah. You're gonna be dead by the time Monday and like everything else rolls around. Like it's so much walking and everything the whole weekend. It's gonna be fun.
I am aware. I can still feel the pain from the last couple of years.
Yeah, you never really get rid of it, huh? It just stays.
I mean, it takes a few days. Of course, I had to throw in a few recovery days for my requested time off because made the mistake of not doing that, and going through customs and going from Atlanta to San Francisco and then to home, and finding out that you're going to work the next day. That's like, oh.
Yeah, no, that was really smart.
Now I know how Anakin feels. You get burned alive, and then they put you in this robotic suit, and it's like, okay, back to work.
Literally, don't even have a chance to be a human again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Like, I really appreciate you coming on here today.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, and I guess I'll see you in about not even 4 weeks.
All right. Well, I'll give me a follow on Instagram. I'll have my lineup posted later, like closer to the event, and yeah, and if you see me, run up to me and say hi.
I got you.
Tackle me. You have my consent.
Thank you. That's very important too. Consent's very important.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, just I guess my only rule, if you're meeting me, just like anybody in general, I guess just don't wave stuff in my face like abruptly. So, I guess because I have autism, so I guess that kind of like is like just get out of my face. What are you doing?
No, that's completely fair.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll see you later.
All right. See you there.
Yeah, we'll let you go.
All right. Sounds good. I'll see you later.
All right. You have a good night.
You as well.